Hi, my name is Jack and I'm a volunteer here at IZUM. If you're receiving this video, it probably means that you've been accepted to come here as a volunteer, so congratulations. Now, I'm going to give you a short tour of our place so that you know what to expect when you arrive. So this is our hall. This is the area where we usually do open youth work. That means that we are meeting with the young people that are arriving here. We're getting to know them, we're keeping them entertained before they go to our classes in our hobby school, which I'm going to show you next. So, this is our hobby school. As you can see, we have a library and we have two different classes that we use for our lessons in different subjects. So, some things that you might help with here is you might help with teaching the kids how to read the simple letters. You may help in the English class if you have a good level of English, like me, or you may work in here doing something like drawing or painting, these kind of classes. So yeah, whichever suits you. So you're going to be working with kids here from age 3 all the way up to 16. Every age group between there is what you should expect to be working with here. You, as a person, need to be pretty open-minded, you need to take the initiative. You're going to be expected to at least partially plan some lessons and that sort of thing here. It's really not so difficult, just simple things like maybe if you're teaching English, you should be doing like planning warm-ups or something in collaboration with the other teachers. So that's great. I can really recommend that as you get more and more involved in our organisation and especially in this hobby school, you really try your best to make the kids laugh and have a fun time with them. It's going to keep them way more motivated and interested in your classes. Now we're going to take a look at the next part of our organisation. So that's our ABC school, which is kind of between a school and a kindergarten. So let's take a look at that and meet some of our other volunteers. This is our volunteer, Ellie. Ellie, tell us a little bit about the ABC school. What do you think you really need to do here?
Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm from Romania, I'm 22, and my work is mostly with ABC school kids. Those are kids aged from 4 to 6, and they have project education here, which means they are learning lessons here. They have their own schedule, and my role here is to be a friend to them, to assist them in their everyday lives, everyday lessons, and of course to assist teachers as well. We usually, as volunteers, we have shifts here. We either have morning shifts or afternoon shifts. We eat with kids, we do activities with them, we actively are included in their every daily activity that they have. And yes, we are usually assisting and helping them physically, emotionally, in every way that we can.
What qualities do you think a volunteer here needs?
I think being patient, loving kids, just being around with them and talking with them and helping them. I think it's skills that you will really need with those kids, since those are like 4 and 5-year-olds, and of course you should be really kind to them. Yes, I think that's it.
And do you have any advice for our future volunteer here?
I think the advice I would give is to be as included with kids' life as possible, to show interest in their hobbies, in activities that they're most interested in, to be able to connect with them more individually and as a group.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So now let's go to our other building where we have a youth club. So this is our youth room. Here we have Gagik, who is an open youth worker, and you'll spend a lot of time working with him, as well as Beatrice, who is another of our volunteers.
Hi.
So, Gagik, tell us a little bit about what you do here and what it really means to work in this youth room.
My name is Gagik. I am an open youth worker at IZUM, and I was an ESC volunteer myself. And I was an open youth worker, which means you interact with youngsters. Your work is closely related with doing things with youngsters. And in IZUM Youth Club, that is what we do on a daily basis. It can be just interacting with youngsters, having a talk with them, playing games, organize different workshops or events that they can attend to, also assist them in developing their knowledge and skills through assisting them writing projects or even sending them to local and international projects.
And what kind of qualities does a volunteer here need?
We definitely are looking for a volunteer who is open-minded, because we have youngsters who come from very different backgrounds, even sometimes from different countries, different cultures. Also, we're looking for a volunteer who is initiative. The youngsters need to interact with the volunteer a lot. So we advise our volunteers to constantly come up with ideas of events, workshops that the youngster could come to. The youngsters have difficulties coming just by that. They need some stimulus. So a volunteer needs to have a lot of ideas.
Okay, and if you could give just one little piece of advice, what would it be?
Have warm clothes. It's really, really cold in Estonia. And just keep an open mind. This is a very different culture to probably your culture, where you're coming from. And try to be a little bit more adaptive.
That's great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Beatriz, tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience here as a volunteer.
Well, I'm an ESC volunteer from Madrid, Spain. And as a volunteer in IZUM, I've been conducting the Spanish workshop at the Youth Center. I've also organized some events, like a Spanish cultural event and a Japanese cultural event. And I've written a project, a youth exchange project for the Erasmus Plus program. And yeah, that's been everything so far.
And if you have one little piece of advice for the future volunteer, what would it be?
It would be to trust your guts, because sometimes you think that maybe you like something very specific and no one will share that same interest, and you can find youngsters that are interested in that specific thing, and you can do events with them, and you can meet new people that will align with your same interest. So trust your guts, be creative, and don't be embarrassed of doing new things.
That's great, thanks a lot.
Welcome.
That's pretty much it with our youth club. So now we're going to learn a little bit about the next aspect of our organization, that is our camps. Okay, this is Daria. She's the director of our organization, and she's also going to be your tutor when you arrive. Daria,
That's
what
me.
can you tell us about working on the camp? What are you expecting the volunteer to do?
So, if to be honest, I do not expect anything from the volunteers. That's from the beginning. My main role in general is to help the volunteer to adapt in Estonia, to understand what kind of opportunities got IZUM Center, and to create with the volunteer a special program exactly for this exact volunteer. About camp, what I can say that in the camp there is absolutely non-formal atmosphere, and the volunteer can play with kids, can create something. Usually volunteers belonging to the group, specific age group, it could be age from 7 till 15, and you just need to live with the kids. If it is a suburban camp, you are living in Tamispe village, for example, or we have other territories. If it is an urban camp, you are living here in the urban territory with the kids. That's it.
That's great, thanks. What kind of qualities do you think we need to have as volunteers?
I'm not able to call it as a quality, but I think first of all you have to love kids, keen on kids. At least you have to be very open-minded to listen them, to care, to pay attention about what they're doing, how they're doing, to learn from them, also to maybe them something like your country, your culture, your language, whatever, and just be very be active listener to everything what is happening around. That's, I guess,
and if you could put that in one small piece of advice, what would you give us?
Never prepare yourself that you have to have a draft, like a concrete, specific plan of actions that I will do that. Be flexible and adapt to everything what's happening around, and always communicate and always ask. And we are open-minded to answer for all of the questions. That's true.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So that's all we have time for.
We really hope this video helped you to understand a little bit what IZUM does, and
we hope that it motivates you to come here and join us.
And
see you in IZUM!
Spanish cultural event. I've also sorry, I got distracted.